Welcome to Uptown Jerusalem, the place where the ministers lived, where the rich people lived. Take a look here behind me. We could see the remnants of an ancient house from the first temple period. The family living in this house was a very wealthy family. How do we know it? Because of this small room. You see this small room? Could you guess what it was? Well, it wasn't a wine cellar. It wasn't a safe or a vault. It was a bathroom, a private bathroom. Back then, to go do your business, you have to go outside the walls of the city. There is no sewage in the city. This family had their own private bathroom. And if you look closely, right over here in the corner, you can see a square stone with a round hole in it. What is it? It's a toilet. One of the most ancient toilets in the country. Archaeologists dug underneath the toilet and found some residue, pun intended, okay? The last person who sat on this toilet 2,600 years ago sends us a very warm regards. The archaeologists learned from analyzing this bathroom a little bit about the diet of the person who lived here back then. One piece of information was super interesting. Archaeologists found here the remainings of raw meat that wasn't cooked. What is a rich person doing eating raw meat? Well, let's think about it. What's happening here in the city 2,600 years ago? It's being destroyed by the Babylonians. Maybe somebody's hiding in this bathroom. The little amount of meat they managed to salvage for themselves, they couldn't cook, because if they would start a fire, the Babylonians would discover them. Isn't this amazing that we could see the story of Jerusalem's destruction, not only through the layer of ash that archaeologists found here from 2,600 years ago, but also through a little toilet in a private bathroom.
In 609 BCE, a catastrophe befell the kingdom of Judah. King Josiah, who had led Judah to a period of growth and prosperity, was killed in battle with the Egyptian army. Pharaoh, king of Egypt, placed Josiah's son Jehoiakim on the throne. Jehoiakim was violent, corrupt, and greedy. He and his ministers led lives of corruption and debauchery. Jeremiah, the prophet from Anatot, spoke out against this corruption and took a brave stance against the monarchy, attacking King Jehoiakim with harsh words. They beat Jeremiah, torture him, and when he refuses to be silent, they arrest him. Nebuchadnezzar defeated Pharaoh, king of Egypt, in a fierce battle. Riding the momentum of victory, the Babylonian army stormed the south, conquering Ashkelon. Nebuchadnezzar continued onward, marching his enormous army to the next destination, the kingdom of Judah. Now, the residents of Judah belatedly awaken to the frightening reality.
According to the Bible, 2,600 years ago, 400 years after King David lived here, there was another king who lived here. He was King David's great-grandson. His name was King Zedekiah. And you know, kings don't live alone in the palace. They have their wives. They have ministers, advisors, servants, butlers, soldiers. I'd like to read one verse from the Bible. Before I read it, I'd like to tell you a short story. During the time of King Zedekiah, there was a prophet here. His name was Jeremiah. And he was prophesying the destruction of the city. The king didn't like what he hears. It's not good for business. He tells 4 of his ministers, take Jeremiah and throw him into a pit. The names of the 4 ministers are mentioned in the first verse in chapter 38 in the book of Jeremiah. Then Shephatiah the son of Matan, and Gedaliah the son of Pashhur, and Yuchal the son of Shelemiah, and Pashhur the son of Malchiah heard the words that Jeremiah had spoken to all the people, saying, and the story continues. Now, why did I just read out these 4 ancient Hebrew names? Because Eilat Mazar, the archaeologist, found where we're sitting this little round thing. This little round thing is called a seal. Its purpose is to close letters. Yes, if you receive letters in ancient time, in order to open it, you have to break the seal. But before you break it, you're probably going to look real close to see who sent the letter, because people back then had rings on their hands and they printed their name on the seal. And if you look closely, you could see Hebrew letters. And what is the name on the seal? Well, one seal has the name Yehuchal, son of Shelemiah. Another seal has the name Gedaliah, son of Pashhur. The exact names we read just now in the Bible are found here, where I'm sitting. Could you believe it?